Tommy's got a new bed. I thought it was more attractive than most beds. She looks really happy in there. Hello, darling. Are you happy in there? Oh, I love this here. Look at it. Look. Oh. I get quite a lot of questions about my bread machine. And there's something I've been meaning to tell you all. I put my bread on at night time to cook overnight so that I've got fresh bread for Bill's sandwich in the morning. And I find that if I just put it on overnight, no timer, and then just let it cool down in the tin, this thing, then the next day it's still soft. Whoops. It's still soft, but it is really easy to cut. See, I can get quite thin cuts on it, slices. If I were to just bake it, bring it out, let it cool down, I find it's much more squidgy. You get just a slightly harder crust by leaving it in to just cool down in the machine. It's so easy. This is my bread maker. Look, this is Bill's old cooking file. And because I use the recipe book so much, I've cut the spine off and I've put them in these Polly Pockets I had knocking around so that I can just flick through easily enough. This is the loaf I make all the time, to the point that I've memorised it now. I make the medium one. It's perfect size for a sandwich. I also make spicy fruit loaf, that's delicious. And I make the soft rolls, they're brilliant. You've all seen the Chelsea buns.
I love Chelsea buns.
And the hot cross buns.
And the sourdough.
And I've done a panettone, and that's nice as well. Yeah? You've got chocolate all over your face. No, I'm not doing sourdough in a bread machine. I like the hands-on. We're going to a farmer's ball tonight, which should be really good fun. We're going with the neighbours, so they're all coming here at 6 o'clock, quite an early start, for a couple of drinks and nibbles before the taxi picks us up at 7 to get to the ball, because people we're going with are setting it up. So I'm going to make maple chili, salty caramel nuts. I'm going to make up the recipe. So I've got me cashew nuts from the refill shop, and I've got in here, this was just a container that was left by a customer for people to use. I've got almonds. Then I'm going to add some maple syrup, some butter, some chili flakes that I just refilled this morning when I went to the new to me Scoop Whole Foods on White Ladies Road in Bristol, and some salt that I got also in the refill shop. It's my favourite way to shop. And some butter, which sadly you can't get real butter in a recyclable package. I've looked, but I will not eat margarine or anything like that because A, I don't like it, and B, it's so far removed from its original state. It's got unrecognisable words in it, so I don't want to eat it. Obviously there's unrecognisable words in chocolate bars and I eat them without a problem, so I'm a total hypocrite. Let's just set this camera up so you can see, and you can see all the mess behind me. I've just been on a dog walk and I'm a bit wheezy because I power walked it and ended up power walking through mud. I've covered my dress. So not only have I got to tidy up all this mess, I've got to tidy up all of this mess too, because this can't go to the ball. Look at the state of me. Right. Who washed that up? I suspect it was me, but I'm going to blame Toby. Okay, it's now clean. That was mushroom stroganoff. Right. Let's make this up. So, can you see? No, you can't. we're going to turn on the heat on low. We're going to add a bit of butter. I love this spoon. Jem Woodcrafts made it when I was at a Christmas fair. He made it in front of my own 2 eyes. It's beginning to thicken up. Ah, the smell. I reckon I'll end up eating all of these before anyone arrives. Oh, give myself a tummy ache and won't be able to go to the ball. Why couldn't you go to the ball, Gaynor? Because I ate too many nuts and gave myself a bellyache. Pinch of chilli. Chilli looks really, doesn't look very finely chillied. I think that's going to blow people's heads off. I'm not using this. It's not finely chopped enough. I'm going to get some chili powder. I also got this from the refill. Look, 30 grams I've written on there. Just a little pinch. I must remember to wash my hands because I've just been fondling this. If I rub my eyes, oh, that would be disastrous. I think these are looking suitably sticky. So I'm just going to take them off the heat, let them cool down in that frying pan, and then put them into some pretty bowls. And when I say pretty bowls, I mean crap bowls that I made. I'll show you. Here we go. These bowls. And I need to make some hummus and some carrot sticks now. Carrot sticks can go in this bowl and the hummus can go in this bowl. I wish I hadn't done that. Not loving that. I was pleased with how thin I got this bowl here. Still a bit, it's very thick on the base. But you know, you live and learn. Oh no, that's getting damaged by a tin. A roasting tin.
Oh, there they are.
I almost forgot to sprinkle on some of the salt. You want to do it while it's still a little bit sticky, otherwise salt won't stick. Oh, I've just had another taste. They've got just enough fire for warmth, just enough sweetness. Oh, man overboard. Oh my goodness. Oh, another couple of men overboard. Shame. I'll have to eat them. Oh my goodness. I need to hide that from myself. Signs of spring in the bush. It'll all be green soon, won't it? I've just been in my local garden centre. We've got quite a few around here, but I chose one to go to. And I got birdseed. That's a birthday card. In an Iretos box. And in my West Green Loft tote bag. Sorry, Vicky, hope you don't mind. Birdseed. Saved on the old plastic. Shame about the card being in plastic, but they're actually really hard to find, aren't they? I asked the bloke in there if they had any little seed envelopes so that you can collect your own seed. And he said, I don't think we should be encouraging that, do you? We sell seeds here. I don't think we should be encouraging people to collect their own seeds. I didn't really know what to say at the time, but I've just wandered up the path and put the stuff in my bag. So I thought today that's a really short-sighted view, because if you can encourage people to collect their own seed and grow things from it, that'll excite them to try different plants and buy more seeds that they can collect. So I think it would elevate sales. And also, no one ever walks through a garden centre and doesn't pick up one little extra thing. So I just think that he's cut his nose off to spite his face there. I really do. Do you? Am I being short-sighted? But what is a packet of seeds? 99p half the time. They're so inexpensive, and they do expire. So they must be throwing away loads and loads of seeds every year. Yeah. I just think it's really short-sighted. It just doesn't really seem like the values of a gardener, really, does it? I'm on my dog walk and it's absolutely gopping. But look at these primroses. If that isn't a sight for spring, a sight of spring, then I don't know what is. Look at them. So pretty. Ugh. Mind you, I've got to admit, I'm not a fan of spring and summer because it means gardening. Oh, it's so windy. Look, there's deer. Look at that. Amazing. Wow.
How did he get? That is cool. I haven't really seen a deer that close. So. Oh, I have.
Look at that. I stroked a deer sitting down once when I was in the thunder.
Really?
Yeah, with Keith. I have a video of it, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'd love to see the video.
I stroked a
See if
deer.
I can find it.
Mum, I stroked a deer too.
I've been recording bits and bobs throughout March without paying any attention to what I'm recording. And so I have no idea whether any of it's going to make sense. But I just wanted to share a delight with you. This might not look like much, but what you are looking at here is wild garlic. And I have been hoping to find some easily accessible wild garlic that I can cook with, that isn't on the side of a road or where animals will be all over it. I mean, obviously there's animals, but I mean like cowpats and dog wee. I found some. I don't know what's happening with my hat here, but I'm very, very, very happy about having found some wild garlic. Especially since it might not be so easy soon to get out and do shopping for groceries, so we can all just live on garlic salad. I'd be happy with that. And if we are watching this from way, way forward in the future, it's because we're at the beginning of the pandemic for coronavirus. We've got 4 weeks until the peak, so everyone is in coping mode. And everyone's a bit worried about their elderly loved ones and their poorly loved ones, or loved ones with immune disorders. Scary times, actually. But I'm also kind of weirdly excited about having to just batten down the hatches and have small movements and just be small. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite looking forward to that. My life always feels too busy, and it's my own fault. And I think this is going to be a really good time for readjustment where everybody's doing the same. So it's not like I'm going to have to say to people, no, sorry, I can't see you because I need my self-isolation. It's a case of, well, we've got to try and spread out the peak of this pandemic so that our services can cope. Yeah, it's going to be okay. It's got to be.